Assalamu alaikum. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. I am Muhammad Yasin. This is virtual class of Pakistan International School, Taif. This class is for the students of grade 5. We are going to do remaining exercises of chapter 14 today. This is our 27th video in this class. After today's lesson, we shall be able to do remaining exercises of chapter 14. We shall be able to do workbook of chapter 14. After that, we shall be able to do grammar exercises 25 and 26. Yes, students, this is chapter 14. Title is Wooden Horse. You can see the picture also. We are going to start exercise 2, B part. We have done A part of exercise 2. Today we are going to do B part of exercise 2. We shall be given go to the zoo, go to the cinema. Go to the zoo, go to the cinema. We shall use first phrase in our first sentence, that will be a question. We shall use second phrase in our answer. It will become, would you like to go to the zoo? To go to the zoo is taken from here. Answer will be, I'd rather go to the cinema. I'm sorry. In the same way, we shall use first phrase in our question. Ride in a taxi. Question will become, would you like to ride in a taxi? Answer will become by using second phrase, ride in an aeroplane. I'd rather ride in an aeroplane. Dear students, these were two examples to do exercise 2B. Now we shall start the exercise. There is written ride in a rickshaw, ride in a taxi. Question will become, would you like to ride in a rickshaw? Answer would become, I'd rather ride in a taxi. Part number 2, sit on a stool, sit on a chair. Would you like to sit on a stool? I'd rather sit on a chair. Part number 3, sit in a river, swim in a river, swim in the sea. Would you like to swim in a river? I'd rather swim in the sea. Part number 4, go somewhere by train, walk. Would you like to go somewhere by train? I'd rather go by walk. Do some arithmetic, do some English. Would you like to do some arithmetic? I'd rather do some English. Do some work, go to sleep. Would you like to do some work? I'd rather go to sleep. Part number 7 is go to Japan, go to England. Would you like to go to Japan? I'd rather go to England. Read some poetry, read a story. Would you like to read some poetry? I'd rather read a story. Work in an office, work in a factory. Would you like to work in an office? I'd rather work in a factory. Part number 10 is be a bus driver, be a pilot. Question will become, would you like to be a bus driver? I'd rather be a pilot. Go shopping, go to the library. Would you like to go shopping? I'd rather go to the library. Live in Lahore, live in Peshawar. Would you like to live in Lahore? I'd rather live in Peshawar. Dear students, we have done exercise 2. This is exercise 3. In this exercise, we are set to give answers like the ones in the example. Would you rather have a peanut or a banana? I'd rather have a banana than a peanut. This is the structure of the answer. You will use then in the middle. Would you rather go to bed or listen to the radio? I'd rather listen to the radio than go to bed. The second phrase is used first. First phrase is used at second place in both of the exercises. If you could follow exactly, that is good. Otherwise, it will be okay. Would you rather have a biscuit or some fruit? I'd rather have a biscuit than some fruit. Would you rather play games or do your homework? I'd rather play games than do my homework. Would you rather have a brother or a sister? I'd rather have a brother than a sister. Part number D. Would you rather learn poetry or write in exercise? Would you rather learn poetry or write an exercise? I'd rather learn poetry than write an exercise. Part number E and F are done just like part D. Let us move forward. Part G. Would you rather watch sports or play in a football match? I'd rather watch sports than play in a football match. All other parts will be done in the same way. For example, J part. Would you rather go to the beach or go to the cinema? I'd rather go to the beach than go to the cinema. We have completed exercise 3. This is exercise 4. Instructions are given here. I shall read the given instructions and we shall try to understand how is this exercise to do. It is written, practice this conversation with your teacher or a friend. Use other words in place of orange and oranges. If there is written orange, as it is mentioned, 2 students will participate in this exercise. One student will say, which orange would you like? You can have either of them. The other student will say, I don't want either of the oranges. Neither of them is very nice. Then first student will use the word apple instead of orange. The first student will say, which apple would you like? You can have either of them. The second student will say, I don't want either of the apples. Neither of them is very nice. Then the first student will use banana. The first student will say, which banana would you like? You can have either of them. The second student will say, I don't want either of the bananas. Neither of them is very nice. In the same way, you can practice this exercise by using different fruits. You can do this exercise with the help of your brother, with the help of your sister, or with the help of your parents also, as we are not in the class. You can practice this exercise with your class fellows on telephone also. Let us move forward. Yes, students, this is the workbook. Workbook page 34. This is chapter 14. Part number 1 is done for us. He would rather eat an ice cream than drink tea. It is important to see eat an ice cream. Eat an ice cream is given here under the picture. Eat an ice cream is given here under the picture. Drink tea is given here under this picture. Drink tea is taken from here. Eat an ice cream is taken from here. To complete number 1. To complete number 1. He would rather eat an ice cream than drink tea. I think you have got the idea, and you know now how number 1 is completed. Now we shall move to part number 2. He would rather go. He would rather go. After this go, we shall go to the first picture to look for what is given here. Here is written, go to the cinema. He would rather go to the cinema than. This is than. He would rather go to the cinema than go. What is given here? Go to school. Then go to school. What will be the answer of part number 2? He would rather go to the cinema than go to school. He would rather go to the cinema than go to school. This is the way to complete page 34 of workbook. The remaining parts are done like this. Part number 1 and part number 2 you have seen. In part number 3 on the left side there is written write with the pen, write with the pencil. She would rather write with the pen than write with the pencil. In number 4 on the left side it is given go for a swim. On the right side it is given go for a walk. The answer will become they would rather go for a swim than go for a walk. Part number 5 will become when ride in a bus is given on the left side, ride in a train is given on the right side, then the answer will become he would rather ride in a bus than ride in a train. Part number 6 will become he would rather sit in the shade than sit in the sun. Part number 7 will become she would rather read a book than listen to the radio. Part number 8 will become he would rather walk down a hill than climb up a hill. Because walk down a hill is given here, climb up a hill is given here. we have done this page. Let us move forward. This is page number 35. In the instructions, it is written, answer these questions using rather than. Using rather than. Which would you rather have, an apple or an orange? I would rather have an orange than an apple. Where would you rather live, in Peshawar or in Quetta? I would rather live in Peshawar than in Quetta. Which would you rather do, go for a walk or go for a swim? I would rather go for a walk than go for a swim. I would rather go for a walk than go for a swim. Let us move forward and do the remaining parts. Part number 4. Which would you rather be, a teacher or a policeman? I would rather be a teacher than a policeman. Where would you rather live, near a river or near the sea? I would rather live near a river than near the sea. When would you rather get out of bed, at 6 o'clock or at 8 o'clock? I would rather get out of bed at 6 o'clock than at 8 o'clock. Part number 7, 8, 9 are done in the same way. Let us move to part number 10, which shows, which would you rather have, a bicycle or a car? I would rather have a bicycle than a car. Yes, students, I think idea is clear. You can do it by yourself also. It is easy. I'm sorry. Dear students, we have finished remaining exercises of chapter 14 and we have done workbook of chapter 14 also. Now we are going to do brighter grammar. This is chapter 14 of brighter grammar. The title is relative pronoun. Relative pronoun. In the instructions, we are set to read the following sentences. Let us read. This is the man who lives near our house. Who is written in red. The boy whose father has died is weeping. I do not know the boy whom you want to see. The pen which was lying here is lost. I have lost the pen which you gave me. This is the pen, the nib of which was broken. The boy that stole my purse has been caught. I met the boy that you spoke of. Dear students, it is very important to note that the words written in red are relative pronouns and who is used here for the man, whose is used for the boy, but whose is used when there is a noun after that. Whom is also used for the boy, but the phrase that is coming after that is different. We cannot write here who you want to see. No, it will be whom you want to see. We cannot write here whose you want to see. Whose shows us possession, which is used for pen. For non-living things, we can use which, as they are used here for nib, for pen, for pen. That is also used for non-living things. But in last two examples, you can see that is used for human beings also. After having this understanding, we shall move forward and try to understand what is given after this. Look at the word who in sentence 1. It refers to the noun man. Before it, in this sentence, the word who is a relative pronoun. The word man, to which this relative pronoun refers, is its antecedent. Relative pronoun, antecedent. Similarly, in sentence 2, whose is the relative pronoun and boy its antecedent. In the same way, the italicized words in the remaining sentences are relative pronouns and refer to boy in sentence 3, pen in sentence 4, 5 and 6, and boy in sentence 7 and 8. The words boy, pen and boy are the antecedents in the sentences. Yes, students, now we shall try to define these two terms, relative pronoun, antecedent. What is relative pronoun? A word that refers to a noun before it is called a relative pronoun. Example is given here. This is the man who lives near our house. The word who in this sentence is a relative pronoun. Let us try to understand what is antecedent. The noun to which a relative pronoun refers is called its antecedent. Example is, this is the man who lives near our house. In this sentence, the word man in this sentence is an antecedent. Yes, students, let us move forward. This is exercise 25. We are set to select relative pronoun in the following sentences and name their antecedent. Yes, the boy who is standing there is my brother. This who is relative pronoun and boy is antecedent. The house which has a broken door is my neighbor's. Which is relative pronoun, house is antecedent. In the same way, that is relative pronoun, pen is antecedent. We shall complete this exercise in the same way as I told you. Number 1 will become like this. 2 and 3 we have done. In number 4, who will be relative pronoun, man will be antecedent. Whose will be relative pronoun, boy will be antecedent. Let us move forward. In part number 6, this is the book that has many pictures. That will be pronoun, book will be antecedent. In part number 7, that will be relative pronoun, map will be antecedent. Part number 8, which will be relative pronoun, doll will be antecedent. Number 9 will be done in the same way. In number 10, which will be relative pronoun and pen will be antecedent. Part number 11, 12, 13, 14 will be done in the same way. In part number 15, the building that is being constructed is meant for a hotel. That will be relative pronoun and building will be antecedent. Let us move forward. We are going to start exercise 26. In our previous exercise, we selected relative pronoun and antecedent. In this exercise, we are set to insert suitable relative pronouns in the following blanks. The man dash. What will be here? Who? Who is sitting? Who is sitting under the tree is a doctor. Part number 2, the chair. Chair is non-living thing. As I told you, with non-living things, we can use which, we can use that. So it will become the chair which is broken belongs to us. You can say that is broken. Our new house, which is in Ahmedabad, is big. You can use the word that also. Ajmal, Ajmal is human being. We use who for Ajmal. Here is part number 4. Ajmal, who studies in class 5, is my friend. Part number 5 will become our teacher, who is very intelligent, loves us. Let us move to the next page. Part number 6, the book. With book, you can write that, you can write which. With man, the man whom you see. If you write here who you see, it will be wrong. The man whom you see, there is my gardener. Our gardener, who is very old man, is hard worker. The boy whose father. The man whose nose. Yes, students, it will be done like this. Part number 11. The door, the latch of which is used with non-living things. I like the book. You can write any one of these you. The picture which you see, that you see. The workman who quarrels with his tools. The person who helps. Yes, I think the idea is clear. It is very important to understand when to use who, whose, whom, which, that. Which and that are used for non-living things. Who, whose, whom are used for human beings according to the situation. Dear students, in your homework, you will do all exercises of chapter 14 and workbook in your notebook. The exercises that we have done today, you will do all in your notebook. Moreover, you will do grammar exercises 25 and 26 in your notebook. Dear students, that is all from our today's lesson. See you later in a new lesson. Goodbye.